Hi, everybody. Tammy Reyes here, psychic and intuitive. Welcome to my very first podcast. Today, I have a special guest helping me out. It's Mike, the tech guy.
Hey, Tammy, thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for helping me today. I could not do this without you. You have been a godsend. Bless you.
Oh, thank you so much. So I came here for kind of a special reason to get a reading today. And I also wanted to kind of learn a little bit more about you. What got you into realizing that you have, these abilities or wanting to pursue learning how to become a psychic or empath?
I think that started when I was a little kid. It started with me with what I thought was communicating with animals. I sensed energies and spirits in certain places. And over the years, I realized how to put all of those pieces together, and that what I was really stumbling onto when I was little was metaphysics and psychic ability. And so that's where it started. But I was an elementary school teacher for 30 years, and I started working in elementary schools when I was 15 years old as part of my high school graduation requirements. By the time I was 16, I was teaching 3 kindergarten classes at once.
Oh, wow.
And I was so blessed to be under the tutelage of 3 fabulous teachers that kind of showed me what a life of teaching might be like. And when I was a teacher, I had emphasis on teacher development and teacher education and multicultural education. I've done everything from kindergarten to college. Mostly my time was spent in kindergarten and first grade with second language learners. When I was 29, I went in for a psychic reading, and it turned out to be life-changing. Ever since that time, I've been on a path of developing my psychic abilities and intuition and learning everything that I could about metaphysics.
When you got your first reading, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of things affected you, or what kind of things changed your perception on that?
My very first reading was by a dear friend, Alan Spinner, a teacher friend of mine. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, except for when I talked with somebody, using Alan in this case, I started to see things about his upbringing, his father, and I just started to tell what it was that I saw. After a while, it started to become more clear when I was receiving information that was true versus something that was just in my imagination. But I also was super lucky to have a fabulous teacher, Sarah Woods, and I was her very last student. Sarah used to be on Broadway, and she was a great singer. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I came to her one day for a reading, and ever since that time, nothing has been the same. I actually went through a complete metamorphosis that day, and everything that I thought about life and myself changed. And so ever since that time, I've been working on trying to be as good as Sarah, even though I was working full time, and that was kind of hard to keep that up. But about 8 years ago, I retired from teaching, which allowed me to have time to develop my intuition and learn as much as I possibly could.